How to create a mailing list using MailingBoss inside BuilderAll. Let's go. Now, if you feel the content has helped you, then be a good sport. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the videos. In this very short video, I will demonstrate how easy it is using BuilderAll version 4 to create a mailing list for fictitious meetup group called Barcelona Computer Club. In its most simplest form, a mailing list can be treated as an electronic Rolodex. Now, I'm pretty certain when I make this statement, most likely you've seen an example of a squeeze page, or also known as a landing page, when you browse through the internet. Here's an example of what a squeeze page looks like. It's got some heading information and a registration form, usually at the bottom of the screen, asking for your first name plus the email address, and at the bottom of that there'll be a button for you to click on. In order to exchange for the information you're given, you'll be able to download some sort of free information. Hopefully it'll be a value-added information in return. But the question goes, where does the information go once you click on the register your copy now button in this instance? Very good question. This is where the mailing list comes into it. So in the next few seconds, I will show you where in BuilderAll version 4 are you able to create that list, give it a name called Barcelona Computer Club, plus a description, and we're going to tell BuilderAll 4 what information we will collect from the user. In this case, yes, it's the first name and the email. I'll explain what the double opt-in also involves, and lastly, I'll touch on the concept of a tag. Let's go on. Now, if you have correctly logged into your BuilderAll account and entered into the MailingBoss application, you should be presented in a screen very similar to the one I've got right here. Before I show you how to create a new subscriber list, there's probably just some housekeeping I'd like to show you first. So, housekeeping rule number 1. You want to make sure that BuilderAll absolutely can connect to the domain that you want to link your mailing list to. And the way to do that, it's on the menu item, under domains. So when the screen refreshes, you should be able to see all the entries of the domain that's connected via BuilderAll, and make sure SSL is also enabled for each domain. Excellent. Okay, let's go to housekeeping rule number 2. This is where we go to the list menu and choose list. What we don't want to see is duplicate list that's already existing there. So in this example, I've already got one called Demo Store 1. I'm not going to recreate it, but while I'm here, I might as well show you how to remove the list. Pretty simple. Just click on the X button. BuilderAll 4 will tell you whether you want to delete it. I certainly would in this case. Let's go ahead. Yes, I understand. Let's delete this item once and for all. Okay, I think we're good to go. Fantastic. I highly recommend you use one of BuilderAll's shortcuts in order to create a new subscriber list. And you'll find this tool here in the middle panel right on your screen. This is the tool I'm referring to. To begin the process, all we need to do is to first begin filling out the details in the first 3 fields. So I'm going to do that for you right now. Just a little bit of explanation between difference of name and then the display name. Name is the name of the list that you give to yourself. People who subscribe to your list will not see this name. However, when they receive emails, the display name here is the one that the subscriber will see. As long as you put a description in there, in this case news on vintage computing, your subscriber will see that too. Alright, let's move on to the next step and I'll press continue. Early on, if you can remember, I mentioned about the double opt-in and a double opt-out fields. So by default, BuilderAll would select double opt-in to your subscriber. So what this means is when you enter your details, such as your name and your email into the registration form, the process would instruct BuilderAll to send you a message that goes into your email inbox. And in the email inbox, there'll be some sort of verification link that you click on in order to be able to successfully subscribe to your, in this case, newsletter list. Why would you want a double opt-in? Well, the good reason is it would avoid spamming robots trying to subscribe to your list, and that's not what you want. By insisting on double opt-in, you get better quality people on your subscriber list. People who really want to be part of your newsletter subscribers, they wouldn't mind going through that extra step to say, hey, I really want to subscribe to your mailing list. Now, there is an option to select single opt-in, but you need to get approval from BuilderAll first. I prefer, however, with the double opt-out option, to make it single opt-out. I just think if people really want to leave my subscriber list, let them be. Early on, I also talked about the tags. So put simply, tags is just a way for you to organize your list by putting a label on it. And you can have more than one label. Why would you want that? Well, sometimes your list can be growing at such a phenomenal rate. You just need a better way to manage your list. So I'm going to give you an example here. I'm going to add a tag called newsletter. So in the future, if I decided to create an email or an email blast, I want this particular email to go to all the ones that's got a tag called newsletter, it will do so. Let's move on to the next process. Okay, this is the new exciting part here, where we get to choose what fields or what information we want the system to collect from our user. So by default, of course, is mandatory. It will capture the email details of your subscriber. We want to do just one more as part of this exercise. I want to capture their first name as well. So I'm going to put a click to that. Let me scroll down to show you what it looks like. Now, it may not appear here on this screen. However, if you click on the Save Changes, when the screen refreshes, you will see my second field that I've captured will be listed here in this box. I'll just show you what it looks like. So it's exactly how I expect it to be. I've got one field for my email and one field for my first name. Now, going back to the idea of a sort order, let me just explain to you how this works. Let's use our original page for an example. As you can see, in this registration form, I wanted the first name field to be listed right on top before the subscriber lists their email address. So in BuilderAll, in the MailingBoss, this is how we activate that list. Now both default has a 0 number in the sort order. What I like to do first is to push down the email to have the value of number 1, and that will do the trick. When you're done with that, don't forget to click on the Save Changes button. If all goes well, BuilderAll will let you know that your changes has been successful. Now, if you feel the content has helped you, then be a good sport. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the videos.